Happy Sabbath. Truly, this is the day that the Lord hath made, and we should all be rejoicing and being glad in this day. Thank you so much for allowing me to enter into your presence wherever you're tuning in at this present time. I'm not going to have training on tomorrow, but it was impressed upon my spirit just to come out today and to give a few words for the season and even for what's yet to come. I start by saying this. Listen to what people tell you. Listen, because based on what they say, sometimes there's a message in what they're saying to you, for you, spiritually so. Let me tell you what I mean. Let me give you my example, which is real life. My daughter, she at one particular time, she was praying for me, and she said, God, she said, you're faithful. I heard that. I was out yesterday on an appointment that we were eating, and I heard the person say, he said, God is faithful. I said, okay. I said, God, I heard that. And then this morning I was on a conversation, and the believer said, God is faithful. I said, okay. Now that's 3 separate times at 3 different locations, and the time span of my hearing that, it came like days, weeks, and even months apart. But it never failed to be true. And I said, this morning, I said, okay, God, I heard that. So I took that to mean and to believe by the Spirit that God was sending me a message as a reminder and assurance, and then again, a reassurance that he was faithful. I won't tell you in this time, in this season, God is faithful. But there's a key to the faithfulness of God. What have you committed to God for God to show you that he's faithful concerning that thing that concerns you? I heard Paul say, he said, I know in whom I have believed. He believed first, and then he said he knew that who he believed in was able to keep that which he committed to him to that day. I keep going back into this because this is so prevalent, especially now, I believe, in the lives of the believers. We have to get to the place where not that we say God is faithful, but that we know the faithfulness of God. And we know that through what God keeps concerning us. But what he keeps has to be what we commit to him. We have to commit our children, their well-being, their going out, their coming in, who they're with, who they're around. We have to commit our lives, where we go, who we're a part of, who come into our presence, whose presence we come into. We have to commit. We have to commit our trust. There's so much that we have taken control over, that we really need to commit to God for him to show us that he is faithful and that he will keep that we have committed to him. I said, okay. I said, God, I heard you. And I want you to hear me today. Don't hear Cheryl. Hear the Spirit that's coming forth from the Word. Let it connect with the Spirit of God that's in you. And understand that whatever you commit to God, God said, I'm faithful to keeping it. That day that Paul talked about are the many different days that we have in life, the many different things that we encounter in the days. And we don't know, we know what we've already been through, even what we're in, and even what we've come out of. But yet we don't know what's ahead of us. We don't know what's ahead. But we have to even commit our future days to God, that God is able to keep not only us in that, but he's able to keep us in that day. And whatever it is we encounter in that day, we thank God for all encounters. But whatever we encounter in that day, God is faithful to keep us. That's that. Now, we're coming to the end of a season because we're coming to the end of a year, a calendar year, that is. And I know that this is the time of gift giving, gift receiving, a whole lot of hustle and bustle and shopping, and a lot of people, even today, tomorrow is the day of, let's call tomorrow the day of exchange. Tomorrow, some people may have exchanged gifts earlier, more than tomorrow because for whatever the reason is, you're not going to be able to see that person. You have to go someplace else, but you want that person, you want them to get what it is you have for them. But tomorrow is really known as the day that, you come together and you exchange gifts. So we're going to call tomorrow the day of exchange, okay? And with my saying that, let's go into tomorrow, because I understand that a lot of people are rooted, grounded, and settled in this gift giving and this tradition when it comes to Christmas. Don't get me wrong, I'm not knocking anybody. I'm not. I'm only telling you that I want to give you another side to the exchange. Tomorrow, while you're giving gifts and receiving gifts, realize and recognize and stop and just think that there was a gift that was already prepared for all of us before we even got here. And all we have to do tomorrow in exchanging the material gifts is to make up our mind, for those who haven't, to get the gift of life. This gift here it's not the gift that was given for all of us, is the gift of life. So let's exchange death for life. One thing about this particular gift is that it do, like I know on the 26th, a lot of people are going to be running back to Walmart and these different places, for returns. For whatever the reason is. You don't like the gift, you want the money back, whatever. But you're going to be running on the 26th, for returns. Well, this gift right here comes with returns. And you don't have to go anywhere to get the return. You don't have to cash it in. You don't have to take it and give it to somebody, in order to get back. You only have to receive it. And then after the reception of it, it continues to give return. Returns after returns after returns after returns. It's the best thing going, y'all. I promise you, it's the best thing going. Enjoy your tomorrow. Enjoy it. And look forward, to 2023. I know I am. And I trust that you are too. And one thing about this gift that I'm talking about now, it does not come with New Year resolutions that cannot be kept. As long as you keep this gift, you will never have to make New Year resolutions. This is the gift that keeps on giving. This is the gift that allows you to always remember. This is the gift that throughout 2023, you will find not surprises, but you will find happiness, joy, peace. It'll be a continuous giving throughout the entire year of 2023. The gift that keeps on giving. This season, 2022, is about to end. 2023 is vastly approaching. If you're going to think about a New Year's resolution, if you're going to make resolutions for the New Year's, let the chief resolution be that I'm going to receive the gift that keeps on giving and the one that comes with returns. My prayer for the end of this year and the upcoming year for us all is that we all come together in that gift. That we all come together in that one gift. And in that gift, we're going to learn, we're going to know how to love one another, how to treat one another, how to care for one another, how to look out for one another, and how to respond to one another in love. This is the end. I had the privilege of speaking with with a lady of a different. Can I just be transparent? I was talking to a Jehovah's Witness, and she is a very, very sweet soul. And I had several conversations with her at different times. And the last conversation that I had with her, I had that conversation, but it was a conversation not based on the conversations that we'd had before. I was really led in that place, and I did in that place. I told her, I said, hey, look, God immediately dropped in my spirit whenever he was sitting at the table, and whenever he broke the bread, which was himself. And he began to distribute pieces of himself to each one that was sitting around the table. This is your Christmas story. And he told them, this is my body, you know. So I understand that the body of Christ is broken up into different pieces of Christ. And I began to tell her, I said, Miss, I said, I'm going to pray for you. I said, and I hope that you will pray for me. I said, the peace that you have, that God has given you, I said, I pray that you would give it to whomever that's going to be drawn to you to receive. I said, I pray that you give it in its fullness and in its entirety. I said, in the peace that I have, I said, for those that are going to be drawn to me to receive that, I said that I would do the same. I said, then that we would pray for each other. Man, when I tell you I got the revelation about the Presbyterian, Catholic, Baptist, Methodist, holiness, pieces. Because in every piece, if we really do give God, if we give Christ, if we give the one that was broken to receive the peace that we have, if we would just give that. He said, for we know in part, and we prophesy. We each speak the part that we know. But there's a time coming that all those parts are going to come together. So let's not fight one another in our belief, in our doctrine, in our traditions. Let's not fight one another in any of that. This year, let's make up in our mind that what we're going to do is we're going to take the peace that we have and we're going to distribute it to the ones that come, that they will be able to eat, that they will be able to be strengthened, that they will be able to change. And that we who have the pieces, we will come together. We will pray for one another. We will lift each other up. And in whatever venue, wherever it is you're going, whatever it is you're doing, if we can be of service to one another, let us serve one another. That's what 2023 holds for me. And I pray that that's what it's going to hold for all of you out there that's looking and listening. I know you see this up here. This is real. This is really real. It's not about the flesh. It's about our spirit, man. And that's what I'm dealing from. I'm going to be dealing from about our spirit. Because life is spiritual. I pray that you enjoy your families on tomorrow, the gatherings. I pray that you eat good, not only just naturally, but I pray that in every household that there is something of the physical as well as the spiritual representation of the love of God to us all through Christ, that we will impart to each and every one that will come into our presence on tomorrow. If you're traveling, safe traveling mercies, that you will go, that you would be able to return safe, and that we will all look unto God, who's the author and the finisher of our faith. And whatever it is that you're projecting for your new year, do not project without asking God, trusting and believing in Him, and to know that it's His will for whatever it is you're asking. I pray the blessings of the Lord be upon you as this season ends and as our new season begins. God bless you and happy holidays.